Obviously, having it to the childcare centre as reduced fees certainly helps with your week-to-week or month-to-month cash flow. So it's generally a preferable way to do that. But if you're thinking about sort of, if you were eligible for the maximum payment and you put your child into approved care, then the maximum that you're going to receive if you've got one child is $184 per week. So that's the childcare benefit. The childcare rebate. We'll spend a bit of time talking about the childcare rebate. Again, the immunisation criteria applies to the childcare rebate. You and your partner must be working or looking for work to qualify, so that could include training and education. The payment that you receive is 50% or half of your out-of-pocket childcare expenses up to an annual cap of $7,500 per child. So what are out-of-pocket expenses? They're childcare fees, less any childcare benefit that you may receive. So it's what it physically costs you to send your child through that daycare centre, long daycare centre, or through the childcare. The benefit can be paid quarterly or annually as a lump sum. Importantly, the childcare rebate is not income tested. So regardless of your income, you are eligible to claim up to $7,500 per child per year, provided that's 50% of your out-of-pocket expenses. This was quite topical in the lead up to the election. Earlier in the year, they were talking about income testing the childcare rebate. That hasn't resurfaced itself as an issue, but it's something that obviously would be significant if they were to change that, because obviously that's a nice benefit, or it certainly encourages you to return to work, in that it helps subsidise some of the cost of childcare irrespective of your income. Particularly important for those of us in Sydney, where we've got, I guess generally speaking, a higher cost of living than those living outside the capital city. To receive the benefit quarterly, you must register for the childcare benefit as well as the childcare rebate. If you take it annually as a lump sum, it's just going to come back when you do your tax return. So you get it once a year, which can make planning your finances sometimes a bit more difficult. So now we'll just talk briefly about where to get more information. There's a couple of very good resources that we can go through. So we'll spend a bit of time just going through this. So first and foremost, you can call our office during business hours, 1300 856 338, or you can contact the Family Assistance Office on 13 6150. Well, the Family Assistance Office has a very good online calculator, so I might just give a bit of a demonstration on how that works and what it looks like to use that. But that really can help you in terms of going through your benefits and what you can receive. There's also a guide which is quite detailed reading, but certainly would have everything you need to know in terms of understanding Family Assistance Office payments. So I might just quickly go through that calculator and give you a demonstration as to how things would look on that calculator. So when you go onto the Australian Government Family Assistance Office website, use that link. You've got this situation here where you can compare Centrelink rates, paid parental leave comparison, estimator, estimate family assistance only, estimate childcare benefit and childcare rebate, estimate all sorts of different things. Well, let's just say we want to estimate Family Assistance Office rates only. So we just go through, continue. It'll ask you what you need, a whole series of stuff which is to do with your personal information. We'll just continue and start. So do you have a partner is the first question. We'll tick yes to that. We own our own home. Are you receiving an income support payment? So that's things like a New Start allowance or youth allowance. We'll tick no to that. And let's say my partner and I have one child. And we've got no other children from previous relationships. So we continue along. Wait for it to load up. The child one, so born on the 1st of January this year. And no, they're not in childcare yet. And my income might be $85,000 for the financial year. And my partner's income, so for having a return to work, might be $15,000. Okay, and we've got no other form of income, no interest income whatsoever. So once we go through and punch that in, you can see we're not eligible for Family Tax Benefit Part A because our combined income is above the upper limit, so at 85,000 to 15,000, so we're not eligible for that. But we are eligible for some family tax benefit Part B of $62.44 per fortnight. So you can go back and forward as you please with this and adjust your income. So, what if I don't go back to work? So let's just take that out. I don't go back to work, and what's that mean for my benefits? You can see now family tax benefit Part A has come into the equation, and also family tax benefit Part B is a higher number. So that's the benefit of using the tool through the Australian government or through the Centrelink website, but it's really quite powerful. So that's where you go to use that. So Family Assistance Office online calculator. It's a bit of a mouthful to get the link. But, if you need me to email that separately to you, by all means I can. If you like to read it and understand everything, then obviously there's a guide that's quite useful on their website also. So now I just want to cover off a bit about Apex Partners, a bit about what we do, and a bit about the advice process more generally. So our business as such, we pride ourselves on providing quality, independent financial advice. So we're not owned by a bank or a financial institution. We're completely independent. We get paid from our clients for giving them quality advice. So we don't get paid by selling an insurance policy from a bank that owns us. We get paid from our clients for providing quality advice. Now, in terms of our client demographics, over 90% of our clients are parents with children under 10 years. So we feel as though that's an area that we really specialise in helping people with anything from leading up to pregnancy and understanding what benefits they're going to get through to expanding the family and recalculating, recasting, doing cash flow, education, savings plans. So the areas of expertise that we look at, we do budgeting and saving strategies for our clients. We look at ways to maximise government benefits, so that could be in terms of putting money into a mortgage offset account which doesn't generate interest potentially, and can also have a flow-on effect that can give you some more family tax benefit payments as well. So there's those types of things to look at. Education saving strategies, if you're thinking about private school for your children, generally speaking, if your child is born today and you want to send them to private high school, at current rates of education costs, you need to be looking at putting away in the order of $250 per month just to cover that expense. So we can look at some saving strategies to do that. We do provide a full range of comprehensive advice on wealth protection and personal insurance, also some investment strategies for clients as well, along with superannuation advice and help manage people's super to make sure that their latter years, once the family's left, they've got enough money to retire comfortably. Tax planning is the key thing we do with our clients in terms of allocating different accounts and whether it should be in the husband's or the wife's name, and also look at debt management strategies. The way we're remunerated, we charge a financial plan fee which starts from $495 including GST. So that's for a complete review of our client's situation. In terms of the role of an advisor, not many people that we work with have ever dealt with an advisor before, so we do explain, I guess, the role of the advisor and what we do. So the client is central to what we do. First thing, as an advisor, what we do is develop a strategy. So that involves sitting down with our clients and sitting down with new people to the business, identifying the goals, what they want to achieve, put some financial numbers around that, so do some analysis. So it might be to purchase a new property, it might be to start a business, it might be to make sure that your kids are going to go to private school. And we basically sit down and develop a strategy from those goals and say, let's put the numbers behind what you want to do and see if we can achieve what you want to do. Also look at any areas that we can improve things through tax planning, making sure that you're adequately protected if something happens to you. That's all the core things that we do for our clients, is develop a strategy. As a result of that strategy, there might be a need for some products. So that might be looking at getting you a cheaper or a better performing super fund. It might be setting up a managed fund for your children to meet future education expenses. You might want to invest in shares. You might need some life insurance to make sure that you and your partner are protected. If you've got a young family, it's an important consideration. You can also look at some deposit accounts. If you're just saving money potentially to purchase a new house and you need to get a decent rate on deposit, we certainly do that. And the third element, I guess the role of an advisor, is really to coordinate and manage the strategy. So the managed process ties back to the strategy, make sure the goals that you set initially are being met. So that's reporting back to you, have an ongoing strategy review, and any professional services that you need. So we work with a host of accountants, mortgage brokers, solicitors, whatever you really need, just to make sure that we're tying in the total advice model. That's the role of an advisor. That's a bit about what we do. As I mentioned at the outset, a recording of the presentation will be made available on our website tomorrow, along with a copy of the presentation slides. It appears as though we've got no questions on the online setup in the forum, but what I would like to do is take this opportunity to thank you for attending tonight's webinar. And as I mentioned, if you do have any questions specific to your own circumstances or do want anything clarified, please just send me an email or give me a call. My email address is ryan.love@apexpartners.com.au, or the number in the office, we'll be in the office from 9 o'clock tomorrow, is 1300 856 338. Once again, thank you for attending tonight's session, and hopefully we'll get to talk soon.